Hello and welcome to the Triad Initiates. I'm your host, Stu. With me as usual is my friend Will and Alex. And today, for the month of February, we bring you, well, the softer side of animation. The more romantic, if you will.
Oh, jeez.
Indeed.
You really like rubbing this in on some of us, don't you, man? Mr.
You know.
Married Made Man.
I gotta get my jabs in when I can.
Yeah.
Is that
All
something
right.
like a tangent jar?
Yeah.
It's
Come
a
on.
tangent.
It's a tangent.
That's right, folks.
Work it
From
over.
now on, whenever we go off tangent, goes in. You two,
Here.
come on.
Because I know it's going to happen more than once. So,
He's paying in advance. Smart man.
very
All
smart.
right, so, but back on topic.
Hey,
Again.
topic! Yes.
Yes, today we are talking about the 2010 animated romantic drama Chico and Rita.
2010, really?
Yeah.
It's not that old.
No, it's about 6 years, 7 years.
Well,
give or take 7 years, whatever. But let's do a little synopsis of the film, talk about that, and then move on from there.
Give us a play-by-play.
All right,
Yeah.
so the year is 1948.
Okay.
The place, Havana, Cuba. The players in this animated tale of love are Chico, a young piano player with big dreams, and Rita, a beautiful singer with an extraordinary voice. Music and romantic desire unites them, but their journey, is filled with heartache and torment. From Havana to New York to Paris and Hollywood and Las Vegas, these two passionate individuals battle impossible odds to unite in both music and in love.
Yeah, if you've ever seen, Latin American soap opera, you kind of get the gist of where this is going. There's going to be a lot of heartaches, betrayals, mi amor, that kind
Pretty
of
much.
thing.
I mean, it's a good love story.
It is.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
I was, good love story, but what took me, absolutely by surprise, the visuals. This is like a Salvador Dali painting in motion.
Well, some of his earlier work.
Some of his
before
earlier
he went
works, yeah.
surreal. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
It reflects sort of the artistic, Latin American vibes of the time. Very straight colors, but arranged in very surreal manner. So but not so surreal that the characters
Distracts, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, and this is basically from a technical standpoint, the animation itself seemed a little rough, I would say. Because, and you know the scene where where Chico, Rita Repulsa,
Yeah. Tangent.
hang on.
Put it in.
Put it in.
There we go.
When Chico meets Rita, or sees her for the first time, you can tell that some of the background stuff is painted.
Yeah.
It is static, it is not moving, and I will say this to the benefit of the film, there's no stock footage imagery. There's no hey, this guy moves to one side, then he moves to the other side, and it repeats on end. Every moving person there is animated to have a specific movement.
And it's very fluid.
Yeah.
It is. But the background and the movement don't really mesh well, I feel. And one of the examples of that is when Chico sees Rita and the camera zooms in on him, but the background is static.
Yeah.
It doesn't become more detailed. It just becomes a slightly more close image of that background.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I guess in other portions of the movie where it's wide shots and it's in the streets, you can tell when some of the buildings are static and you have the cars that are just sort of moving. And
You want to know what's like? It's kind of like the early, those Flintstone episodes, where a door is going to move because it just looks different from some of the stuff background.
Yeah.
And it's like that.
Well, in that regard, there is something I have to bring up. I was going to save this for a bit later.
What's that?
But the background, since you mentioned that as an issue, the artist for this film actually went to Havana, Cuba,
Oh.
and for research for this film. and they got photos and actually went on tours of the entire area and
Oh.
got historical footage from it.
Okay.
So
okay.
you're seeing. I'm not exactly sure if they did use I'm blanking on the word all of a sudden.
real world
Well,
references.
if they did-
yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
They copied it so well that this film is basically a map of Havana.
Pretty
all
much,
the places
yeah,
you go
yeah,
to
it's-
legitimately match up. So
Yeah.
all the routes they take are legitimate roads that you can take and follow to areas where they were back then.
The
Yeah.
research has been done in this film, folks,
Immensely.
geography-wise.
Mhm.
And not just that, but also on the tone of
Oh,
the atmosphere. I mean, yeah, it's the swinging 40s and
Mhm.
50s. You know, Allies are successful.
Mhm.
Cigarettes and cigars everywhere,
Everywhere.
and you know, it's swing and unlike some of the more Leave It to Beaver-esque family-friendly interpretations. Yeah, sex and debauchery abound.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So-
but it's never to the point of being
There's
too much.
Yeah,
it's
there-
very. I mean, this is not a film you can show your kids. All right,
Oh, no,
this
no.
is an R-rated film.
Yeah.
but it's a very good. Even then, there's nudity. It's tasteful.
Oh,
And
I'd
it's
say,
beautifully done,
I'd say,
too.
yeah, more than just tasteful. It's a very
Mhm.
well.
It's classy.
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's
But
kind,
there-
of, kind of Humphrey Bogart-esque.
Ooh,
who makes an appearance? Oddly enough,
Ah.
as does what's his face? The other actor who showed up in that dream sequence. It was Humphrey Bogart. It
Humphrey
was
Bogart.
that comedian.
Red Skeleton?
No, that wasn't Red
no,
Skeleton.
Charlie. No, what? Chaplin was too late.
No.
Anyways.
Oh, whatever. Bob Hope. I think it was Bob Hope.
Oh.
Did he have a golf club?
No, he didn't. But he had the distinct, like how he always characterized him with the pursed lip, the weird lips.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like-
Yeah. But anyways, so for the story
The
itself.
story itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Chico, the piano player,
Mhm.
and he goes to this club with his friend, and they're just hanging out with some who are later called floozies, but whatever.
Yeah.
And he runs into Rita, and she's singing at the club, and he's just mesmerized by her. He wants to meet her, but she doesn't want anything to do with him. So he goes off to these girls, and they're like, okay, so we're gonna go to this Havana club. And they go there, and the pianist for the local club is hospitalized. So he goes on in place, and he runs into Rita there.
Oh,
And
hey.
she sees him playing, they chat, and he takes her with him on their motorcycle. And they go off, which really ticks off the guy she was with, who chases them down in a really well done car chase.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really well animated. We're just gonna have to work with that, with the sound. We'll have to work on that.
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, we apologize for the sound right there. It's cold outside, folks.
It's February
Yeah.
in Michigan. What do you expect from us?
Yeah.
So yeah, so he hooks up with Rita. They have a really great night together, hence the nudity and all that stuff. And in the morning, they bond over their love of music, which is then interrupted by Chico's girlfriend.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Chico's not afraid to
Play the field.
very, very well put. Yes.
Yes, he does play the field, but you get the impression that it's probably not a relationship that was going to last anyway, and if it was even, they never really dwell too much on it. She only shows up one other time.
Yeah, Chico's the way I like to look at it, Chico kind of comes off as not so much the frat boy that just likes adding tally marks to his bedpost, but more of just sort of the indulgent artist that's willing to embrace whatever comes his way.
Yeah.
He has
So,
a very
yeah.
artistic mentality, and
Yeah.
also I think you have to. There is that aspect of machismo, which I think is a big,
absolutely,
which
yeah.
plays into his attitude quite a bit,
Mhm.
because he gets jealous.
Oh yeah.
He is jealous, and there is a scene where after Rita meets the girlfriend, they fight, and he tries to communicate with her. He tries to hunt her down to find Rita, and he finds her at some sort of a voodoo priestess, fortune teller, saying, "I tell
Yeah.
you, he will bring you nothing but trouble and heartache."
Yeah.
And they go different ways for a little bit, and then Chico's friend hunts her down and is like, "Listen, you have an amazing voice. Chico is an amazing player. You guys should really work together." And he takes them to a competition to go to the States, basically, or get into a. Actually, no, it wasn't the States yet. It was to go become the performing band at a hotel.
Yeah, one of the high-end hotels in Havana. Yeah.
And they win.
Yeah.
And everything's going fine. It seems they're playing and all. And then this guy shows up who's like, "Hey, I can get you into the States and all this," but he doesn't want Chico because as he says, piano players are a dime a dozen in New York.
Yeah.
He wants Rita, in more ways than one.
Yeah,
And this is a big thing that plays up into it, and it plays into the racism of the time, and that is a big aspect of it. That does pop up a lot.
Yeah,
And
honestly, I feel like the racism, I'm glad they didn't make it the central tenet of the film itself. It just was sort of...
It's just part of the world.
Part of the world and the
It's
history.
basically, it's just a defining trait of the times,
As
they were.
It's a sad aspect of it, but that's how it was.
Speaking of times,
Mhm.
another aspect of the film, how it opens. It
Oh.
doesn't open in the late 40s, early 50s. It opens in modern day. You see Chico as this
tired,
world weary, and you see the world of Havana and Cuba as a whole. It's lost that vibrancy that it had. Some might say it was because of the lack of growth and forward momentum of
communism. I think had a big thing to do with that.
Yeah, or maybe because of it and the mentality of do not stand out. But it just did well to reinforce not only is this a time that has passed not only for Chico but also the country.
For Cuba itself. Yes.
But it also emphasizes how much they are desperately trying to cling to whatever remnants still exist.
It's very true. And I will say this. The opening is just beautiful.
Yes.
And it's set to
Yes.
this beautiful piece of music, A Taste of Me, which is what we opened we opened up our episode with. A lovely, the whole soundtrack to this is just phenomenal. And that's actually a big part of the music. Music is a huge part of this whole thing. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Now, the soundtrack was composed by Bibo Valdez. Sorry, pronunciation's my downfall.
We're working on
Yeah,
it. Don't
we're working
worry.
on it slowly. But we also have music from throughout all of history. We have like Dizzy Gillespie, Freddie Cole, Thelonious Monk, and Cole Porter. Some really good music in here. I mean, it's just phenomenal. The soundtrack, you can find it. I will link to it below. Is just amazing. But yes, the music is fantastic, and I love it. And I'm putting it out there. I love this film. It is a great film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The characters, as we've explained, they're not perfect people.
And well, they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't because nobody is perfect.
Well, I think in that regard, they're people first, characters second. I wouldn't even call them, characters per se. You're just basically watching, actual relatable people go about their lives. And in animation, sometimes that does tend to get lost because...
Very true.
I mean, yeah, you can put all the big explosions, effects, or facial animations in all you want, but at the end of the day, you still have to be able to connect with them on something of a human level, or at least, if you can't, at least identify some aspect of it that's...
Very true.
I critique this film for its basically how it meshes animation and background-wise, but one of the biggest props to this film is how set in reality it is. These are actual places, actual people, actual reactions to the world around them.
And actual events actually take place.
Exactly, yes.
So,
It does not shy away from that.
Oh no, not at all. One aspect I want to talk about once we get to once they get to New York. All right.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, the gentleman comes up to Rita's like, "Hey, I want you to come with this." Chico's been over in the corner drinking, and he's getting ticked because she's talking to him, and he's getting jealous because he thinks the guy wants her, and yeah, he does. The guy really does. And Rita's trying to come over and be like, "Listen, I'm going to try and get him to talk," and he takes it the wrong way and storms off and goes on a drinking rampage, basically.
The whole machismo backfiring, yeah.
He goes on a bender.
He goes on a bender bad, and she goes to hunt him down. And she finds him with the girlfriend.
Latin soap opera. Yeah.
So she goes off, meets up with the what would you call him?
I'd say
scumbag.
Scumbag. Yeah, scumbag.
I don't know. I think he was. I didn't think he was so much a scumbag as just a guy who was very business savvy in entertainment, and
But he's also a sleaze.
He's a sleaze.
sleaze, yeah. But I feel like
He says he wants her in more than one way.
Very much so. Yeah. And well, she goes to America, and after a while, Chico follows. And you have a really cool little dream sequence, which really sets with the period and stuff. And then he gets there, and they hunt her down, and they find her performing in a club, doing really well for herself.
Oh,
actually.
not just well, she is rocketing to the top.
Yeah, she is. And they have they try and reconnect, and she's pissed at him still, but he just tries to connect with her. And then he hits up the music scene. You see, have a couple of beats of him going to different clubs and stuff, and he runs into a musician whose name I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on his name. I don't think, was it Gillespie? I think it might have. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He doesn't really play much into it.
He meets up with a fellow artiste from Cuba,
Yeah,
and
an actual artist, an actual real existing person, who then gets shot over a drug deal for like maybe at most $60 worth of
faux marijuana,
fake marijuana,
yeah.
which turns out he beats up this guy who sold him oregano instead of a marijuana. Takes the guy's wallet, picks out the money he gave him, and gives the rest and throws the rest back at the guy, not taking the rest of it.
Yeah.
And he says it's about respect, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The guy there shows up, shoots him. And it sets off this whole thing about him Chico getting into the music scene there.
Yeah, that's again the whole machismo thing backfiring. That's I feel like a big recurring theme throughout the movie.
It's a commentary on it, big time.
And not just from the male standpoint too. It's also from Rita's standpoint, because she pursues what she views as her ticket to a better life, and then she finds out, she's still just a bird in a cage.
Very much so.
Gilded cage at that, but...
Yep.
So,
and then from there, they do reconnect, and they have a really good, kind of passionate moments here and there. And then that scumbag guy shows up again, but this time, he's gotten someone working with him, and gets Chico, out of deported. But he goes to Europe, where he starts making a name for himself with music, and going really well, which happened to quite a few musicians. I mean, people who were blacklisted and stuff in America during McCarthyism.
France was the place to go. I mean, if not only they needed something to sort of lift their spirits after going through 2 world wars in the span of less than 50 years.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it happened to a lot of actual musicians, too. Eartha Kitt, for example. Oh, I love her to death.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Fuck you, McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she made it big over there, and that's just one example of that. But yes, you know what? I don't want to talk too much more about the rest of it, because the ending is just phenomenal.
It's heartwarming.
God, it tears at your
does.
heartstrings. It really does. So, we're going to leave that up to you guys. Seriously, check this film out.
Go see it.
Yeah.
It is... let me put it this way. It was up for an Academy Award. It was up for an Academy Award in 2010, and you know what?
Best animated
animated feature.
Oh.
Best animated feature.
I would think it could also qualify as best foreign film too, because this was a foreign animation studio in Latin America, right? Or
yeah, let's see. It was up for it in 2012, oddly enough.
Huh.
Yeah.
I imagine
when it came out.
Yeah.
But, let me see, was it? Oh, no, 2011, sorry. It came out in 2011. That's when it was up for the nomination.
Okay.
And it lost to Rango, the one with Johnny Depp.
Oh.
You know
The
what?
one where he sounds like Kermit the Frog?
No, he sounds like him.
He's a chameleon who's
He's a chameleon. I wouldn't say he sounded like Kermit the Frog. I say he sounded more like just Johnny Depp. on
All right,
acid.
YouTube.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna help keep them honest. Don't worry.
All right. So yeah, it was up against some good competition. It was up against. I wouldn't exactly say Puss in Boots was a good competition.
Yeah, but
Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay.
That was actually pretty good. I mean, what's his face?
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
played the villain in that? That was
Oh, that was
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman. I mean, come on, Gary Oldman as the villain. You never get old with that. I mean, I loved him in The Professional. That was a great
all right.
movie.
So
So good.
And
one more for each of you.
Son of a.
it was relevant.
It was relevant, I know, but you were on the cusp.
I was.
I'm here
I was
to
on the
keep you
cusp.
guys-
And
you
Alex,
guys
so we
honest.
have another one from you.
Uh-huh.
Fine.
Oh, he paid in advance.
Son of a.
Tell you what, I'll be charitable. All right.
Oh, charity.
Fork it over.
All right.
3.
Oh.
Cool.
Big spender.
I know.
So, anyways, Chico and Rita, see
Yes, see
it.
it.
Have a nice time, and hope that the swing comes back to Havana because.
Mhm. Oh, we do have to talk about one other quick little thing, all
What's
right?
that?
This was distributed by Walt Disney Productions.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, Walt Disney Studios helped distribute it, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Now, as for the directors, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
There is Tono
Tono Arando?
Tono Arando, which, in all honesty, I couldn't find much about the guy. I
Yeah.
mean, he's done a few things here and there, but nothing really noteworthy. There was Fernando Turbay, who is a Spanish director, screenwriter, and producer. He's done some films. He actually did a film with Antonio Banderas from the 90s,
Whoa.
1995, when Antonio Banderas was just starting.
Huh.
Really bad romantic comedy. I think he marries into the mob or something. I
I
remember seeing a preview for it on an old VHS tape when I was really little.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know why. Weird.
So, but it's all right. So this is a case where
Mm-hmm.
too many cooks in the kitchen did not spoil the broth.
Very true.
So,
And-
okay.
Now this is an important one. The other director was Javier
Javier Mariscal?
Mariscal, who is a Spanish artist and designer who works in a bunch of different mediums, and he was the driving influence for the art style.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And this was their first animated film ever,
Oh.
and
nice.
it was the first Spanish animated film to ever be nominated for Best
Nice.
Animated Feature.
Nice. So
Yeah, so that
good
was
job.
really cool for them. I mean, first time out. Very good.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it had a budget of about 9 million euros, and it only made back 2 million roughly 2 million worldwide.
that seems to be a running theme with all of the great underground art house
Yeah.
films. Unless they become big cult indie classics, you're not going to be able to make your money back
Unfortunately.
too quickly.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what else?
What's that?
These 2 guys I just named, the directors,
Yeah.
they've collaborated in other stuff. They actually have a jazz bar together. Yeah, they own like a jazz bar in Madrid.
That's
Very
So that's
nice.
really neat.
Awesome.
I love that aspect. The 2 guys are friends, and they actually own a jazz club together.
Good to know.
That's really neat.
Good to know jazz isn't dead. It's
Did they own the jazz club before they made the film?
Let me see. No, they just.
No.
It doesn't say when they did.
But-
They did a documentary together though,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
back in 2000.
Oh,
So yeah, Chico and Rita, check it out and
yes, please.
try to bring back some of the conga or the jazz. I mean,
Mhm.
come on.
You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
But Will,
What?
what will we be talking about next episode?
Well, seeing as though it's the a month of love,
Mm-hmm.
what better way to showcase that love than with teen angst?
Oh no.
Dressed up
Oh.
in a superhero suit. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Wiseman's The Spectacular Spider-Man. Thwip thwip.
So once again, thank you for watching. I'm Stu,
I'm Will.
I'm Alex.
and we are Animation Triad. See you next time.